Hackle spinning, I'm lost in the flow. Whiskey gets warm, but the tide's starting to glow. Tip from an old pro stuck in my head: fish don't care if you're sober or red. Fish don't care if you're sober or red. Viewers asking if the pattern's legit. I say if it floats and fools, then it's a hit. Feathers and fire and a slow sipping song, drifting like smoke, just floating along. High on the thread and the rise of the stream, chasing the trout in the laid-back dream. Viewers asking if the pattern's legit. I say if it floats and fools, then it's a hit. Someday I'll pack up, head for the creek with a box full of bugs and no need to speak. But tonight I'm just vibing, chilling online. Time flies, living, feeling just fine. Someday I'll pack up, head for the creek with a box full of bugs and no need to speak. But tonight I'm just vibing, chilling online. Time flies, living, feeling just fine. Time flies, living, feeling just fine. Yeah, I'm time flies, live on this late night tube with a drink in my hand and some good green lube. Feathers and fire, that's how I roll. A stone little stream and a digital soul. Got a vice on the table, bourbon in my glass, feathers and thread, just letting time pass. Cameras rolling, I'm live once again, tying up dreams with a joint in the wind. Chat's lighting up, what's that fly called? I shrug and smile, hell, I just make them all. Feathers and fire and a slow sipping song, drifting like smoke, just floating along. High on the thread and the rise of the stream, chasing the trout in the laid-back dream. Hackle spinning, I'm lost in the flow. Whiskey gets warm, but the tide's starting to glow. Tip from an old pro stuck in my head: fish don't care if you're sober or red. Viewers asking if the pattern's legit. I say if it floats and falls, then it's a hit. Feathers and fire and a slow sipping song, drifting like smoke, just floating along. High on the thread and the rise of the stream, chasing the trout in the laid-back dream. Viewers asking if the pattern's legit. I say if it floats and fools, then it's a hit. Feathers and fire and a slow sipping song, drifting like smoke, just floating along. Stonefly or spinner don't matter to me, as long as I'm buzzed and the line's running free. Yeah, I'm tying flies, live on this late night too, with a drink in my hand and some good green lube. Feathers and fire, that's how I roll. A stone little stream and a digital soul. Spinning, I'm lost in the flow. Whiskey gets warm, but the tide's starting to glow. Tip from an old pro stuck in my head: fish don't care if you're sober or red. Fish don't care if you're sober or red. Viewers asking if the pattern's legit. I say if it floats and fools, then it's a hit. Feathers and fire and a slow sipping song, drifting like smoke, just floating along. High on the thread and the rise of the stream, chasing the trout in the laid-back dream. Viewers asking if the pattern's legit. I say if it floats and fools, then it's a hit. Someday I'll pack up, head for the creek with a box full of bugs and no need to speak. But tonight I'm just vibing, chilling online. Time flies, living, feeling just fine. Someday I'll pack up, head for the creek with a box full of bugs and no need to speak. But tonight I'm just vibing, chilling online. Time flies, living, feeling just fine. Time flies, living, feeling just fine. Yeah, I'm time flies, live on this late night tube with a drink in my hand and some good green.
Hello? Is there anybody there? Hello? Hello? Hello, Lone Riders? viewers. Welcome back to another Tuesday Live Tie.
Hi, everybody.
We got quite an action-packed show for you today. Be sure you stick around because you're not going to miss all this. We have a reaction video. So, what happened was, I've been watching way a lot of fishing videos. And, man, there are a lot. And I can't believe that people can get 24,000 views on a video where the person in the video does everything wrong. That there's that many people that don't stand up. And I watch comments. And thousands of people watch and not make one comment. And the person in the video does everything exactly wrong what you're not supposed to. So we're going to go over a couple of them today. I'm going to try just to talk about it and not show the person. I don't want to dish on the person. I just want to dish that they don't know any better. Let's say, for example, the other day me and Tracy were watching a video. And the old man kept telling his kid, keep that rod tip up. No. If you still say that, you are trying to go back to the techniques used in my dad's day. His dad would have told him that. No. Actually, that's really bad. Because when you pull your rod tip up, you put all the pressure on the tip of the rod, and it can break your fly rod or your regular rod really fast. So don't ever just put your rod tip up. You don't want to do that. Actually, fighting fish is better with side pressure. And so that's what you want to use, the side pressure. You control a fish a lot more. You can ask Tracy, I taught her this. And she would go like this. She did it first, because she would hit, strike, and go like that. You don't. You want to kind of strike. Actually,
now I know better.
Here's some tips from a pro fly fisherman on how to set a hook. I don't care if you're a bait fisherman. You're here just trying to, watch and hang out and smoke or whatever. Always set the hook downstream. Okay? Because if you set it upstream, you're going to pull the fly out of the fish's mouth. Got me? Or the spinner, or the worm, or anything. Always set the hook downstream. So when your bobber or anything goes, make sure you go downstream of the current, because the fish are always going to be facing. Okay. There I go with always. Not always.
Most times.
Fishing aren't stupid. Pennsylvania, they raise these fish in a giant concrete swimming pool. I know a lot of people don't know about this. There's a PA. A lot of you states still ain't open day, and everything's open day. There is no regulation areas like there is here in PA. So we got different regulations. Some creeks aren't closed, never close. But as far as the put and takes, that's what we call them here in PA. Put and takes. That's where the state gets these fish out of a swimming pool, puts them in the water. People come and catch them and take them home and eat them. That's a put and take. Okay? Anything but the put and takes are open all year long. So you got the fly stretches that are open all year long. That's all catch and release. The PA Select, catch and release. PA Select is delayed harvest. Right. So that's really cool. Me and Tracy were thinking about getting around and going around in June. I think it's June, 25th? You can start keeping them and going to these places, because they would be a great place to put a big fish on your wall without killing a wild fish, because they're all stocked.
Right.
So, and when you take them to taxidermists, they paint them to look like a wild one anyway. I just come, should I take a picture of my fish? And taxidermist, I swear to God, quoted me, said, I know what a brook trout looks like. So you're going to get mostly the same results as Henry did on his brook trout.
Right.
So if you really want to see how good the taxidermist, just go look at some of his pre-work. But you can count that most of your fish are going to look like his, because they say we know what they look like. So that means they probably paint everyone the same way. Pretty close. They changes, but you know what I'm saying, right? Anyway, so that's a good time to get one on your wall. If you want a big old brown, a big old brook, or whatever, you can find one in the PA Select if you're in PA. So we got a lot to cover. So let's do a time video. We'll go from back and forth. How's that? We'll start with, I don't know, the reason you guys might have clicked on the video. We're going to start with the first one. And here we go. There is the finished. This is the only one, and I don't know why I did that. I started with the finished fly. Okay, so this is a size 12. What size did I say the beads were? Oh crap, I forget. I forget what size the bead is. Holy cow, buddy. I don't know. You know what? I'll tell you what I do. Okay, I'm going to give you a pro tip here. I know you people are going to go, what size bead is it? What size bead is it? Alright, now what? Every time you buy beads, every time we buy beads, and every time I order beads online from Lively Legs or anybody, when you go online to order them, it'll say what size of hooks you tie, right? So you want to get both. Okay? It won't make a difference on how effective the fly is. It'll make it how fast it sinks. Bigger bead sinks faster. I recommend you tie with both. The one I tied last time was an aluminum bead. That really sinks slow. So I usually add weights, but it's a great one to sink behind of a faster sinking bead. You know what I'm saying? Because it won't drop down as quick. Actually, it'll stay right level with the other fly in most fast water situations. But this is a size 12, size 12 fulling mill, FM 5045, 5045 jig force, black nickel, 50 degree eye, 2x heavy, claw point, size 12. That's what they are. I know you can't see it, but that's what they look like. I know you guys can't see it, but there you go. And we're using red, pink. I got all kinds. I got like a hot pink. I got a regular red. I got all kinds of red. That doesn't matter. Seem to matter in any way, shape, or form. The reason why we're using red is you'll see that'll leave a the heck they call that, honey?
Hot spot.
Thanks. A hot spot in the fly. I had some luck with these flies so far. Actually, I got to tie them all again because I lost them, almost all of them. These flies are very effective in white deer, our little creek. Most of white deer, I mean, it's hard to find a spot where you can't. Most of all white deer, you can wade right across it. They don't ever get deeper than that. Your waders, halfway, waist high is deep for white deer. So you have to understand there's a lot of pocket water. And with that, you're in the middle of the woods. Like literally, white deer is like down middle of the woods, mountains. You get trees, branches, and all kinds of stuff you get stuck on. So when you're uriniferous, you lose a lot of flies on roots and all kinds of stuff. Trying to get down into little pocket waters, and you'll be like, oh, right under that branch looks great, little pocket water. But also underneath that branch is a root sticking out from the tree. And you get caught in a root or something. Oh, I forgot to say something. You guys, we tied in gold wire. Just your standard regular gold wire. How thick it is, you can decide. I see the liner I use on the small fly. Now if I'm going like a big size, you know, on this one I want to use a fine rim, just like you would on a pheasant tail. Alright, and then we're tying in two-piece. We're tying in flash, and we're bending it. This flash is micro. It's very small. It's what you would use in a streamer. That crystal flash you put in a streamer. I was telling Tracy the other day I have it in like purples too, purple and pink, huh, honey?
Yep.
We might try the purple flash and a purple. And this is just rabbit dubbing, and it is what was that called? This is the brown one. This was what was that called? Oh, don't tell me. You guys, I can't tell you what it is. It's just brown dubbing because guess what? All my words are worn off. I've had this dubbing for so much. I got 3 containers of nymph dubbing because I asked for dry fly dubbing, and I got 3 containers all nymph dubbing. The dry fly dubbing don't have the guide hairs, but it works for paraduns. But anyway, so you're gonna wrap this forward. It's like a brown, grayish. Now you see, I left some spots there. It does not matter, man. It does not matter. especially when you're going to cover most of it up with, you ain't going to see most of it because you're going to bend the flashing on both sides. Oh, maybe I'm going to go back. I might go back. Yeah, no. See, guys, this is the thing I got to learn to do. Tip. Now I got to even get myself once in a while. If it bothers you that much, some of that pink showing, which it shouldn't, because watch this. You're going to almost make it disappear. You're going to tie that on one side and tie it down. Uh-oh. Wait a minute. I think I have to go back. Yep. Hey, make sure you get one in there, Don. I had both pieces of flash. So, see there, you can see. You're going to hold it on the side. All right? And be patient. This is a size 12. You gotta be patient. These ribs go everywhere. And then you're gonna take this on this side, the other side, and tie it down. So you can see how the ribbing. You can see the ribbing almost goes through the pink. By the time you add the side on the flash on the side goes through the pink. By the time you rib this, you know hardly even see the pink. And all that's gonna do is make more hot spots anyway. You're going to go the opposite way you wrapped your dubbing. You see what I mean, guys? It looks like a Rainbow Warrior dubbing when it mixes, don't it?
Yeah.
Then you're going to tie it off. And then you're going to, I call it helicopter the wire till it breaks off. Oh, I cut it off. You can cut it off or helicopter it. And this is ice dubbing, purple ice dubbing, and all we're going to do is put a collar on this. Oh, it wasn't purple. Was that purple?
It was pink.
I must have used some other color, guys. I thought I used purple ice
Pink
dubbing.
or red, I don't know.
Oh yeah, I did. I used like a rainbow dubbing, I guess. I must have changed my mind and didn't want to go purple again. So that's it. Alright, let's go back. Here we are back here. That was the first time video. That was pretty quick, Euro Nymph.
Right on.
Don't go away. We got another fly and a reaction yet. So we're going to do some... The other reason we come here to the club.
Fly and a dab.
Fly and a dab.
Dab and a fly.
Dab and a fly. Dab and a fly.
We are doing Warritos. This is a sugar. A sugar. Alright.
Because I redid everything, you can't see it now. Have to bring them back up.
Oh no, I was wrong. We're not doing Warritos. We're doing Guava Cooler.
Going guava cooler.
I apologize.
Now, I don't seem to have anybody here live, so I don't think anybody's going to answer me. But I'll give a pause when I say something. And I'll have to come back out of the video and go back. And most everything I have to say starts in the beginning.
Hey, if you're here, don't forget to say hello, because half the time...
Yeah, otherwise you guys will be...
We have no idea.
I'm going to be doing it for the replay, so...
So if
I
you're
think
here,
I found...
let us know.
Oh, by the way, when we do live, we do for the 10 people fly giveaway. Don't forget, that's always. If I'm live and there's more than 10 people, you know, we're going to start doing it. We'll give them away. The flies, we're trying right now. The one we'll fly, if you'd have 10 people here. So if you're watching this in the replay, and there's 20 people there, you're like, hey, wait a minute. Maybe next Tuesday I should be here. to see it live, so maybe I can win some of these. So I know how
He's
to.
going to be making a special email just for giveaways since he seems to be having trouble getting the emails.
Yeah, I can't. All the other winners, unless
Russell has won and has yet to get us his address.
Right. So we're
I don't
gonna.
know where it's going when he's sending it, but
We're gonna make up a email address, and I'm figuring out a way where you don't have to. You have to comment still, but you won't have to. How would that be? You have to comment. It'll hashtag it to win. I think is how we're gonna do. I don't know. We'll see.
hashtag a number, whatever. It depends. We'll see. Or a name. Or...
We'll see. Maybe I don't know. We're gonna go through this live streaming app, so I don't know. It might just pick one out for us. We don't know. I'm researching it right now. Anyhow, that way I'm prepared. So on Friday nights or something, because remember every Friday 11 we do a tying. Some people are like, oh no, that's Friday. Yeah, we went. Tracy just got out of the hospital, so we had a whole bunch of crap happen. So we didn't do any videos last week.
I was super tired.
Super sick, super tired, so we both didn't do anything last week. So here we are this week. I promised Tuesday. We didn't go live yesterday because we had a bunch of crap to do. We might be late tomorrow. I don't know.
Hard to say.
People are coming out and partying more, so they might have to.
Come
I
out
don't
of
know.
Woodward.
Yeah, so
Warming up. Everybody wants to be outside.
so we're gonna figure out how we can do this. We're working on it. So bear with us. So it might not be at 7:10 at first. I don't know.
Anyway, dabs.
Dabs. Working all that out. The only thing is, you guys, right? It's only. Okay, we don't have anything else on. Okay. It's only irritating to us. You guys can't hear anything because of our directional mic. See this thing? It probably just made a noise, didn't it? Dragging it across the thing. But anyway, you can't hear because of this. The mic pointing to us. It's a directional, means it doesn't get no noise from behind it, or noise around it. Like, you probably just like, well, you know, guys, we've been jamming. To us, we're jamming. You know, we have to kind of keep it down because it's getting late here. You know, almost 10 o'clock. We have to keep it down. You know, but you can't hear it. So it's just gonna be us killing the noise. So,
Right.
and we got that figured out. I think.
Shit.
Yeah, see, you hear that? That's just firing up a vehicle.
Yeah.
And that vehicle freaking turned up to 20 earlier. Our neighbor could hear it.
Yeah.
But it's cool because when we want to jam on a Saturday or Friday, we get loud. So it's kind of cool, you know. But it changes our when we can live stream. Which is all cool. You know. They party here. Yeah. We got up.
That's where she goes.
Oh, well, you guys would call them. Most of you guys would call them mud-throwing rednecks. I call them really cool people. They had the jacked up vehicles and come back covered in mud, dude. That's cool as shit.
Oh, yeah. They have fun.
Yeah, so I used to, back when I was a kid, I had a jacked up 33 Blazer, Trailblazer, jacked up way up in the air. It was so funny. The one time I was waiting till the beginning of the winter to change my tires, and we got one of these like surprise snows, like way earlier than it should have been, and I didn't buy new treads for the Blazer, so they were kind of like bald, all right. and we got like a foot of snow. And I was over at Matt's, over a friend of mine's, right? And his trailer out front of his house had, there was his trailer, and the parking was right in front of his house. And trying to get out with bald tire, foot of snow. Matt comes out and goes, dude, you're throwing snow all over my... I was burying the fucking house in snow to get out because it wasn't plowed or anything. I just got up and there was a foot of snow. My Blazer with bald tires jacked up. Blazer and snow. To get out, I had to spin like crazy out, stone snow everywhere, all over his house, his car, his van. If I would have put the new tires on it, it would have walked out, even though I wouldn't have had to lock it forward drive. Funny as shit. We laughed about that forever.
Oh, shit.
That big jacked up Blazer getting stuck in a foot of snow.
Wow.
I had to go get tires. They're like $200 a piece. It's like $1,000 to replace my tires, all 4 tires.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but that bitch would go everywhere. That's the one that came down the mountain sideways at me, remember? Somebody else was driving it. We were up in the mountains, and I was like, okay, I'm going to tell you how to do it. I'm going to go down and direct you, and I'm going to go down the road. And I said, just come down the way I tell you. Okay, just listen to me. And the person didn't quite listen to me. And so we're going down the groove. There's a groove up here in the mountains where the water drains. Most probably you guys are the same way. One side of the road are the water drains, and the culvert goes across. When the culvert goes across, you got to just go out around the culvert. Right? So what we were doing is just sneaking, like, right out real slow. This was like a sheet of ice. Right? It was jacked up, full-size Blazer with a big old 350 in it. And, it was big. And I went to go around the culvert. I said, now, as soon as you get around the culvert, go back towards the bank. And they started going this way, which would go down over a big embankment, and we would have never got out of that mountain. Okay? So, they were going down that, went to go around. So, and I was like, no, go back over. And they went back over it. When they did, I don't know why, for the life of me, can't figure this out, hit the gas, and they bounced off the bank. So when they did, coming this way, bounced off the bank, turned around, sideways. And they're coming down the mountain, down the road, sideways, coming right at me. Right down the road, sideways. I'm like, holy shit. I got up on the bank, and the Blazer went right by me, sideways. Boom! Down the road. It went down the road quite a ways, sideways, until it went down in a dip, and then perfectly sideways. And it got down in a dip, and then it just swung straight, and they drove right out. It was crazy. It was wow. It was like, whoa. I was lucky it stayed in the middle, because if it went this way, it went down over an embankment. I don't know if we'd ever got out of that mountain. Frozen mountain in the middle of the mountains here. You're talking miles of walking. Maybe.
Man.
Oh, something else. See, we went over one side. What would that be? The south side? I think that is right. The south side. And it was all clear. Go over the other side, it was all frozen yet.
Right.
So, we were fishing. Out playing around. Alright, so. Ready for the next topic. Alright, let me see if I can find the next
It's all you, honey. Your video.
That's not it. All right. So here we go.
With 5G home internet from Verizon, save 40% on the entertainment you love, like Netflix and Max, Disney.
Hey, Joe, what's happening?
All right, Joe. Now you can ask me if you can... Joe, what's this guy doing wrong? Right from the get-go, what's this guy doing wrong? Anybody answer my question? What's this guy doing wrong? Now, this is a bait fisherman. I have to understand, all right?
He said, damn commercials, restart the video.
All right. Yeah, I hope it doesn't go to commercial again. It's going to YouTube. It might go commercial again, Joe, on here. If that's what you're seeing. Okay, so Joe, what's he doing wrong, bro? Can any, you guys in the playback, leave plenty of time to answer it. See if you guys can figure out what the dude, right from the beginning of this guy's video. One, okay, the name of this video is called Fishing the Most High-Pressured Trout Stream in Pennsylvania. Anybody? No, it looks like a young kid, but man, this guy was what? He's got to be in his 30s.
Yeah, he was.
Anybody? Alright, I'll tell you. Right off the bat, this guy is walking with the current. So he's walking right into the fish's view. So every time he walks down the water, you're supposed to fish upstream, not downstream. I mean, it doesn't matter if you go around a hole and fish the hole downstream like Tracy does, but you always want to walk upstream because the fish are always facing upstream. So if you are walking downstream, you're walking right, the fish see you. You're walking right by the fish to fish the fish. And trust me, if you're walking on a bank like he is, on water, clear water like he is, I'm surprised. He does catch a couple in the video, little ones, but I'm surprised he catches any in this creek because this guy just definitely knows not how to fish at all. He has no clue how to fish. And this video got 25,000 views. People had no comments to tell this guy, hey, you have no clue what you're talking about. Like I said earlier in the video, this is the kind of people that end up telling you, hey, keep your rod tip up. Keep keeping your rod tip up, bait fisherman. When you have a tip, see, this guy catches the little guys. And you have to understand that here in Pennsylvania, a lot of our wild fish, like wild brownbows, look at here, guys. What did he just do? You see that? He drug that fish right through the rocks. Right through the rocks. Right onto the bank. Unhooks it on the bank and turns it back in. That fish to swim away, it might not live, though. You don't bait your fish off the rocks. So he's fishing in the creek the wrong way. Beating all the fish he catches off the rocks. Just terrible, terrible video. And, it kind of surprises me, that when we get, like, 200 views and some dumb butt ass, some idiot that doesn't even know how to fish, can manage to get thousands of views. Nobody comments and says, hey, dude, you don't know what the hell you're talking about. I comment, ask Trace, I comment on anybody's videos like that, and they're like, what? I didn't know I was talking to the best fisherman in the world. I usually comment back, no, just better than you. And then we go, today example, I had a guy stop and he goes, I said, the fish started rising. See that? And we're sitting there talking and the fish started rising. I tied on a fly. For some reason, they didn't catch any, though. I missed all 3 fish that were rising. I just stood in one spot, cast way down the creek, missed that one. Got another one, missed that. I don't think I missed them. I'm not quite sure what was happening. The only thing I could figure out, I was rejecting it at the last minute. That the color wasn't right, and they were coming up and seeing the color wasn't right at the last second. Because they weren't, the stockies, this is all put and take areas. There's plenty of wild fish where they put the stockies. Because eventually some of them stockies live, and they're really smart, and they're not dumb, and they don't bite on track magnets or the eggs, though. I'm going to tell you right now, if you ever fish eggs this time of year, very good. You want to catch a couple of fish, you put a little salmon egg on it. If things are going bad, you just want to say, hey, I put one in the basket today. Throw a salmon egg on your fly rod. On places where you can. And, yeah, because the rainbows are nesting. So naturally, the rainbows are laying their eggs in the spring. Brown trout and the brook trout are in the fall, but the rainbows are in the spring, and that's why salmon eggs work, because they're naturally seeing them if they can find them, But like I just said, the rainbow trout here are reproducing in these creeks, and white deer anyway. I don't know anywhere else they're reproducing. I haven't caught a wild rainbow, but I can guarantee they're reproducing because they don't stock rainbows this big that are wild. So even though they say they don't reproduce, they're so full of crap. let me tell you, don't go to the Fish Commission and ask them anything. They're stupid as, like, spokesperson for Orvis. They're dumb as asses. Anyway, so let's do a dab after that discussion.
Right, you're a dab behind there.
Oh, I am? Okay. Guys, I'm a dab behind. So, let me know. Do you like that? Let's respond into a fishing video. I'm going to try it and make sure that I can, like, you know, I don't know. I might have to figure out a way I could MP or copy YouTube videos so I can cut it up and use. So, I don't want to show anybody's face. I really don't want you letting you know who's doing it.
Right.
Who's doing it wrong. Because I don't want to bash on any. And like I said, he's probably 25, 26 years old. And that's young to me. That's over half my age. So they're kids to me. So I don't really want to bash on any kids that are out there fishing.
Right.
And discourage them from making videos. But at the same time, I don't want to go unchecked and let you people think that these idiots know what they're talking about. And correcting it for you guys. So you guys don't bide for... Here's a good one that I'm going to be doing a video on real soon. You notice what I'm trying to say? What's the name of this video? But I'm also going to do a video at the end of this series of why people are full of shit when they say that Euro Nymph catches more fish than strike indicators. I'm going to do a whole big video of it at the end of all this. Even though I'm tying Euro flies, ain't I? I love Euro Nymph, don't I?
Oh, yeah.
But it's got its place, man. And that's what I want to teach everybody. It's got its place. I want to show you how and where to Euro Nymph, all right? Because it's got its, all right? I met a guy today. It was a young kid. He goes, I've been fly fishing for 2 years. And I about fell over the water. He goes, I said, so, where's your Euro rod at? He goes, pardon me? I said, your Euro Nymph rod. He goes, oh, I don't do that. I dry fly fish. I don't fly fish unless there's dry flies. I was like, dude, one of the old, that's old Puritans here in Pennsylvania. When I was a kid, 14, when in the early 80s, 81, 82, when I started, the old men would just sit in the bank, and they'd sit there. And if the fish never rose, if fish came to the surface, they wouldn't fish. They'd sit there and wait. And if the fish never touched down, they'd pack up their rods at the end of the night, say goodbye to each other, and go home. So, my thing was, right, I would sit and listen. That's where when I talk about things, a lot of times, all my knowledge came from them old men. You know what I'm saying? Joe Humphreys taught in this area. Picked up fly fishing small creeks from Joe Humphreys. How to add weight, how to delete weight, how to tight line. And there is a difference. I'm going to teach you that too in upcoming videos. So you guys don't go away. I'm a lot to teach you guys. I'm going to do them live because it's easier for me than to process videos, come up with speeches, wear mics, go out in the water. It's easier for me just to sit here and do it live. And then I can have you guys respond to questions. And I can take these videos later, live streams, and I can use them. I can just put them up on their own videos, which is cool. So, like your last one, I got a Hendrickson to do, but I think I missed my opportunity because I was supposed to do it last week on Monday or Tuesday because they were hatching. So I don't know if they still are. I'll look up the hatching schedule, but I think I'm going to come up with one anyway because some of you guys didn't get to Hendrickson hatch in your yard yet. All right. So we're going to do one and then go for last time.
Sure, I'm getting them ready. Yeah, I was waiting for you to just finish.
She just gets a made and listens to me talk too. And she is the only female that ever took fishing. Well, only person I ever took fishing. A lot of males are the same way. That listens when you talk. Repeat what I said. I'm like, damn, all right. It makes me happy because, man, I fish with some guys that just do not listen at all.
Open cast reel fishers can fish up and downstream.
Open cast. Say what's that?
Open cast reel fishers can fish up and downstream.
Yes, you can't. I didn't say you can't. No. No, 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 no. No. I said you can go upstream and fish back, but you don't want to walk along the water upstream, or the way he was walking. You don't want to walk with the current.
The fish will see you the whole time you're walking.
Right. But Tracy does this. She fishes the opposite way. I fish one way. She fishes the other way. She has a lot more luck fishing in creeks downstream. Yes, and pin fly fishermen. If you have a pin rods, I seen one of them the other day. A pin rod is just a fly rod that has no drag, which is like a click and paw. I use Martin's. I used to use the same thing Tracy used, reels. But I was like, man, I want to go back to what I learned on when I was a kid and put a Martin in my hand. So I grabbed an old Martin, clock and pill. Same thing, no drag. That's what a pin. And they'll drift, fly down the creek for a long ways. But you got to go up. You got to go around the hole you're going to fish, not to spook the fish, and then go up and fish down.
Joe says he can cast that at 8 foot easily.
To what?
He can cast that 80 foot easily.
80 foot? Man, did not hear you not. Yeah, I can believe you, dude, but not here you can't. I'll bet you $1 million says you can't cast 80 foot here.
Yeah.
I'll put millions of dollars. You know why? Because we are in the jungle, Joe. You don't have 80 feet. You're lucky if you got 5 feet to cast here.
Sometimes you got 2 feet.
Yeah, sometimes you have no feet. Like you're in the water, and the water's ankle deep, but all behind you is brush.
Man.
You have to literally walk up the creek. Right? If you walk down the creek, and a lot of fish in here, you are not going to catch a fish. Because there's nowhere to walk. You're talking brush. See, that's why if you listen to Joe Humphreys, his old bow cast, that's how I learned to fish here. Because sometimes you're way under a tree, nowhere to move, and you're bow casting, and you got a little teeny wind. Oh, it's cool.
Joe
it's
says
fun.
practice underhand cast and D-roll.
Oh, I can underhand cast. You should see me underhand cast. How about it?
Mm-hmm.
I don't do any false cast. I don't. I should show you guys all this. I should teach you all that. I go back, boom, boom, that's it. I relocate the fly. So the fly's down here. I come back, shoot it back up. That's a lot of years. I don't even think about I do things I can't even. I'm a very terrible instructor because I don't know how I do things. I just done it for so many years that I just do it. And I don't have to false cast. A lot of guys tell me, you'd be great for deep sea fishing because they have to do that. You have to plug that fly. But, that's no fault. Just, and here, sometimes you got to go through this tree, around this tree, and beside this tree, slap it off that tree, and then back in. It's wild, dude. I'd love to bring you here and show you, though, because you got huge fish in little water, man. It's great.
There are different styles called similar, but shoot line different from fly fishing.
Huh?
There's different styles called similar, but shot line different from fly fishing.
Shot line? I'm not sure what you mean by that. But anyway, so that's how and it really don't want to false cast with a strike indicator on. Man, I like to rule cast with a strike indicator when I can. Sometimes I got to go on Penn's Creek that's real wide. It's more like a river. It's like impossible to walk across. It's deep in some spots. We'll show you. I'm not understand though with that.
It's not fly fishing, but it's similar to fly fishing.
Oh, what he was talking about.
Yes.
What's the other one say? Under.
We already discussed that.
Practice underhand
cast and D-roll.
D-roll. Oh, roll. Yeah, okay. D-roll. Yeah. D-roll, dude. Spay. I always forget what you're talking about. But yeah. You want to see somebody roll cast? Tracy. Don't 210. She can literally fish big water and roll cast. I can't roll cast like she can. It's because she never wanted the 210. There was really, I always to get on her case about 210, and I don't think there's any reason for her to do it. I really don't I'm like, honey, you should roll cast, or 210. Why? I'm like, yeah, good point. Because there's no reason for her to do anything. She can roll cast far enough.
I can get out where I want to.
Yeah, she has no desire to want to. She's like, why? I'm like, yeah, I guess there's no reason why. You know, there's no reason to do all that false casting if you don't have to. I think it's overblown, you know. Back in the day, though, I'd use it a lot to dry my Catskill flies. But I noticed the Caparaduns, I seen Tracy drag the fly off to do her D-roll because it was downstream. Drag the fly across, do her D-roll. I actually seen them. Happens to her so much. It's so funny. It cracks me up. All right, so she always does the roll cast. So when she goes back like this, all right, to make her D-roll to roll out, right, to go like she does, she'll go drag it across the top of the surface and wham! As soon as she starts going, she'll go, whoop, bam, and hit her and surprise her.
Oh, yeah.
That's when she goes high sticking and it scares her. Whoa! Oh, shit! And brings her back down. Oh, but yeah, she happens that a lot. I haven't had that happen to me much, but she happens all the time when she goes to do her roll cast and she drags that fly just a little bit across the surface. When it first starts, boom, they'll nail it. As soon as she drags, I know it's representing a fly getting away. So sometimes you have a real finicky trout and you have a Caparadun on, and you know it's rising. He just won't rise for that fly. Wait till wait when he's in the strike, where he's going to strike, and just twitch the fly, just disc her. Try it. See if that. Sometimes it'll wham it because they'll think it's getting away. I seen him come down, look at a fly, come down, look at a fly, go back down, and wham, hit it. They had to inspect it, and they inspected it twice, and then hit it. Crazy. Okay. Woo! Yeah, so white deer, you can roll cast all day. It's wide as this room here, and this is not very wide. You see both sides, almost. So yeah, it's.
No, you don't.
Well, no, you don't. Yeah, but it's about what would you say, 10, 15 feet wide, roughly, and maybe 20, 25 at really deep pools. But it's mountain creeks. I'll make sure you guys have them purple Caparaduns in your boxes. Okay, so if you guys, the ones I lost today were on the purple Caparadun. I'll take that purple Caparadun for a blue quill. They'll take it for blue winged olive. As long as you're in like size 18s and 16s, you'll be good. All right, let's see what do we got next. Is another fly. Oh, hold on. Tracy said we were doing a dab. Okay.
Well, you kept telling everybody you were doing a dab, but I don't think you ever did.
Did you?
No, there they are.
All right. Okay, here we go. I was getting involved with Joe's I think did I answer anything, or is that what you were talking about, or did I miss the point, or let me know, bro. All right.
What size jig hook?
On these are 12s. Or both size 12s, yeah. Like I said, the bead, I just use, I don't know what size it is because I can't find the container right now of them. So, it'll take me a long time to dig and find it, probably. But I go with the size hook. I get both sides. I'll go to the low. So I'll look at the littlest hook that says size 12 and the biggest hook that says size 12. That way you can weigh them at different weights. You know what I'm saying, Joe? So like if you got real slow moving water, you know, like you're doing a plunge pool. I had one of them today. It came out and it was like no current. So it sucked the flies right down, so I didn't have to have much weight. So I used a smaller bead. Joe, something you can do if you don't worry about tungsten. I'm pretty sure that glass water angling, right? Crappie Hippie does lead-free weight. What did we ever do with them? He gave us lead-free weights and everything, dude. You should check it out because I think they're also You can use all that in California.
I don't know. You have stuff everywhere here.
You know what I'm saying? So, and they are a big difference in weight. They're like, I think they're like aluminum or something that don't ever hurt the water. I forget what it is. Lead-free fishing.
Yeah.
And that I painted today, Joe. Next Tuesday, we're making a sunshine video, or a sunshine fly. I fished it today. I caught one fish on it. So, that's the beginning. That's when there's the first one. I'm going to do a bunch of sunshines. They'll just be blue and gold macaw wet flies. So you can check them out, you know. I don't know if you're going to...
I use black rabbit for micro jig leeches.
Micro jig, hell yeah, dude. Dude, Joe, the white SOB is another one is what I use. The white SOB, but you just use black instead of white. That's what I use as a leech, because it does that whole...
Sunshine.
Yeah, dude, it's... Dude. So I had to look it up. I was at Easter, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I was at Easter, and I was talking about how I got most of her feathers now. Like, you guys can see them. I don't know if you can see them. They're all up here.
Here's one.
Here's one.
And
most of her big feathers are gone, and she's growing them back. So now I was like, now I'm going to look and if done. Here's, I got daisies. Here's daisies. Yeah, I got hers to do wet fly. I got one of each on her for wings. I think they would be great wings. All that, right? And someone said, you better look that up, dude. They're endangered species. So sunshine is an endangered species. Us people that own them are what keeps them from not being going extinct. As people that breed them, and you know, we would love to breed her. She lays eggs. She don't bite. We have to find her a male.
Yeah.
She wants to love or finds attractive, and then we can get them to have babies. That'd be great. But it's because you're helping to solve that issue of them being endangered. So like, you better ensure that you can fish with them. I looked them up. Yes.
You better find somebody she likes, because birds mate for life.
Yeah. I looked it up. Yes, I can use them, but they highly recommend, if you're using macaw feathers, to make sure that you have a way of getting them feathers. What would they call that? Humanely, right? Is that right? Is that what I'm saying, right? Humanely. But if you look at the old wet flies, they all used macaw feathers, which they didn't. They didn't back then. They had golden pheasant, which is another one that's extinct, which they killed back then and ate. So they used them feathers, and the macaw feathers they would kill to get feathers. So you have to kind of, it's better, they said, if you're going to use them, that's fine. You can buy them, and when you can say, look, here's bill of sale, I bought these, you know, you can do it that way. But you can buy them, they're not too bad, as long as you're not buying the pin feather or that main feather. That main feather goes for $100, which is, which one is it? This one. And there's her main feathers. You see, it's almost as tall as TRACYS upper body, so that's, you know, that's a good 2 foot. That there's $100 for that one feather. But if you see, it's a pin feather, so both sides. I can use this side for one side of the wet fly. It'll take me way over a year to use it, and she does this every year, so. I don't know if I'm going to sell them. I'll probably just use them to tie. There's no my luck,
I might give one to my mom.
Yep, she might give one to her mom. Her mom loves... Oh, her and Sunshine talk every night. It's so cool. So am I still up, or did I'm good? I think I'm still up, ain't I?
You're still up. No,
all right.
You're not good. Not good at all.
She's not bad. You're not good at all.
Still slacking it, Joe.
You're not good at all, she says. Whoa! Knock and sit down. Joe, did you hear this story that caught the desk on fire, man? You might have been here live for that one.
I don't know.
I was heating the torch up for the nail.
I don't think we were live.
For the dab bucket, I was heating the bucket up, and I had it like facing like down, and I think I was talking or I wasn't paying attention or talking to Tracy, and caught, like, I have a piece of toilet paper here. I like to clean off tools and stuff when I tie and all the reasons. But I have toilet paper laying there, and I caught the toilet paper, and the whole desk was on fire.
Oh,
The whole bar. Look. See?
Oh, I hear sunshine.
Oh, it's reversed now, but see this end? See this end of the mic? I don't know if you can see it or not, but that's all burnt. It don't look that bad because I turned it around. But yeah, it burnt the whole end of the mic cover, and oh my gosh. Melted the wires on the mic. There's a little wire here. Melted that wire. I melted the wire on the camera. That camera that we're using right now. That's why sometimes I wonder how good it looks, because it melted the wire so bad you couldn't use it. It wouldn't work. And the Canon that we used to use to go live, the ones I used to do the time parts of all these videos, it just won't hook up to the internet. All right? It still records, it shoots pictures, everything. It just won't hook up to the internet. That camera fell and broke, so I needed a camera. Went to use that camera and it was burnt. So, it's been quite an adventure in the last year.
Look at me, what happened to my camera? You didn't remember?
Yeah, I didn't remember. I was drunk. I was trash. You guys, sometimes we go till 11. This weekend we went till midnight, and then we stayed up and caught 4:20 a.m. on 420, and then got back up at like 9:30, something crazy shit.
And this morning at 6.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
After being up last night till midnight or whatever it was, 1.
Working on that again tonight. We have to eat dinner yet.
Doing the modern cooking thing and doing smash burgers.
Curly fries.
I'm going to make a sriracha horseradish dip. All right. I guess we should do the last one and come back for a dab, huh?
I guess you should.
All right, guys.
It was 85 today.
Woo!
You know what, Joe? It was 75 here in PA today, actually. It's still 60 degrees now.
So again, this is a size 12.